Volunteer of ITS Global Engagement, and I will be your Master of Ceremony today. Before we start our session, we will share the video protocol that you have to follow during today's event. Maybe the committee can help me to share.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, before we start commence the program, and here are the following webinar protocol. For each participant ID, please use your real name following with your origin of institution. All of participants are expected to mute the audio and only unmute the video during the event. We cordially invite you to take your own firm and comfort seat in your own room, and please avoid the backlight. Make sure that you have a good and stable internet connection. If you have an earphone or headset, we recommend you to use it so that your voice can clearly and loudly to be heard. During the Q&A discussion session, all participants, please use the chat box to deliver the questions. Thank you for your cooperation and consideration.
Okay. As a reminder again, you need to change your display name to name_student ID. So for all participants, please fill the attendance form. It is shared by our committee in the chat box. You will not be able to fill it once the form is closed. And now, while we are waiting, I will explain briefly what our event is. Let's Study Abroad, or LSA, is a discussion and consultation session by ITS university partners from all around the world for all student levels. Today, we have representatives from 3 of our partner universities. The first one is Prof. Fillmore J. Murillo from Cameroon Sur Polytechnic College. The second one is Miss Alanda Chang and Miss Jun Yang from Providence University, Taiwan. And last but not least, we have Miss Jacqueline Skokowska from University of Sesi, Poland. Today's agenda will start with an opening remark from the PIC of today's event. Then it will be continued with the opening remarks also from the Senior Manager of ITS Global Engagement, Office on Promotion and Mobility. And then each partner university will share about their institution and their programs. After that, we will have a panel discussion session where you will be able to ask about general questions that will be answered by each university's representative. Then you will enter the breakout rooms. There will be one room for each partner, and you can ask more detailed questions and consult with the representatives. All right, now I will proceed to our first agenda, which is an opening remark from the PIC of today's event, Revaldi. Revaldi, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, MC, for the amazing introduction. Hello, everyone, and how are you today? And I hope all of you are always in good condition. So let me introduce myself at first. My name is Revaldi Kusuma, but you can call me Revaldi for short. So I am one of the person in charge of this LSA November edition events beside my partner, Zevanya, which sits here today with us. But at first, I want to say welcome and thank you very much much for the three of the university partners that contributes today to share and will introduce comprehensively about your university program, especially for the international program to our IDS students. And then not forget an honorable mention to IDS management staff that attend here with us today. My name is Zephania, committees that supported and helped me and Zephania to prepare for this event, for this amazing event. So, like already explained before by the Master of Ceremony, I want to briefly introduce to all of you about the LSA program. So basically, LSA is a monthly event that held by IDS Global Engagement to give more insight to IDS students or even alumni to get to know more about IDS University partner. So we hope through this LSA event that we provide to you, the participant could gain more insight and encourage them to go study abroad that that will be introduced by each of university partner. And let me spoil a little about the LSA events on the next month, December edition. Exactly on 3rd of December, which we invited different university to contribute in the LSA program. And not just LSA, in December, we also held an event called AVA Square, which is the abbreviation of for student from student. In this event, we will invite IDS students to share the experiences that they already did on the international program. So we hope to all of you, the participants, you could participate in those program also. And last word from me, for the LSA November edition today, to all of the participants is ask many questions, and then ask what you've been curious about and wanted to discuss about the university partner program. So, and lastly, please enjoy this event that we've been prepared for you. Thank you very much. I'll give it back to MC.
Thank you so much, Revaldi, for the opening remark. Now, I will continue with the opening remark also from the Senior Manager of ITS Global Engagement, Office on Promotion and Mobility, Dr. Octavianti Dwi Wahyurini. Ms. Oyin, the time is yours.
Thank you, Bitang, for very kind introductions to our honorable guests from Camarines Sur Polytechnic Colleges of the Philippines, Professor Fillmore J. Murillo, Head of International Linkages, and from University of Szczecin, Poland, Ms. Jacqueline Skopowska from International Relations Department, and Ms. Alanda Chang, Ms. Jun Yang from Providence University. Good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the ITS Let's Study Abroad. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed partners from Camarines Sur Polytechnic and Providence University, Taiwan, for their willingness to join this event. As a university that is keen to be a world-class university, having the students to experience for it by us. For the past 5 years, we have sent 2,800 of our students to 33 countries across the globe to participate in various mobility programs, including student exchange, short program, and internships. And according to the QS 2021 edition, ITS outbound mobility is the strongest in Asia. Indeed, the global pandemic has made it difficult for us to do the physical mobility. However, it also has been proven that the pandemic does not stop us to strive in creating innovations in mobility program. ITS is thankful for the incredible supports from our partners, as the mobility program will not be possible without the strong partnerships between us. The LSA allows ITS students to connect with internationals and help them to identify international programs that fit with their needs. I am very hopeful that ITS students will take this wonderful opportunity by actively engage in discussions and asking questions regarding living costs, academic life, accommodations, and so on. I'm gladly to open this exciting program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Arin, for the opening remark. We hope that we can get many insights from today's session and get motivated to participate in future programs held by our partner universities. The next agenda is a presentation by Prof. Fillmore J. Murillo. The time is yours.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing fine. Of course, I am sending you a warm greetings of goodwill and solidarity from my University of the Philippines, Camarines Polytechnic Colleges. I am acknowledging, of course, the presence of our very good partners and colleagues from ITS, of course, Professor Wayu, the very supportive and very jolly person from ITS. We also have with us Dr. Octavian Tidui, Mayorini, other officials from ITS, the committee members, and everyone else who are joining us today, students from ITS. Good afternoon. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. So this afternoon, allow me to present to you two things. One, a brief presentation of slides, and later I'll be asking my colleague from ITS to share the video which I sent earlier. First, allow me to share my, I hope this is, may I ask if my slide is visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So once again, I am Associate Professor Fillmore J. Murillo. I am an Associate Professor from the College of Arts and Sciences of Camarines Polytechnic Colleges. At the same time, I am the Director for the Center of International Linkages and Affairs of Camarines Polytechnic Colleges. Allow me to share with you a brief information about my university. So first, when you enter our school, this is the scene that you will be seeing. So I am welcoming you virtually to my school. Now, our university, Camarines Polytechnic Colleges, is an ISO 901-2015 certified by the International Organization for Standardization. Also, our program offerings are accredited by the Accrediting Agency of Chartered Colleges and Universities in the Philippines. We call it AACUP. AACUP, by the way, is a member of several accreditation agencies in Asia and in other parts of the world, such as the Asia Pacific Quality Network, the International Network of Quality Assurance Agencies in Higher Education, and the Council for Higher Education Accreditation. So the membership of AACUP to these organizations ensure that the programs that we are offering are at par with the quality of education offered in other parts of Asia and of the world. Also, in the Philippines, we have the so-called SUC leveling, SUC level 1 to 4. And at the moment, we are proud to say that we have already reached SUC level 3, which according to the Commission on Higher Education Joint Circular, SUCs with level 3 are very good in undertaking the functions of the state university and colleges. And over the years, we are happy to maintain that. And soon, we will be submitting ourselves to be evaluated so that we'll finally reach the next level. Also, our programs are accredited by the Bureau of Immigration. And because of that, we are authorized, we are allowed to receive foreign students. Now, during the pandemic, our university is one of the 4 universities in our area in Bicol region that are authorized to accept new foreign students. because of our level 3 accreditation. Now, I would like to share something that I'm sure not similar with the setup in the Philippines. You see, in my college, we are known to be the home of board placers and top notchers. In the Philippines, most of the programs, those graduates of those programs, they cannot work in them. They cannot basically, for example, if you graduated as a teacher, you cannot teach unless you pass the state board examination. Similar with nursing, with midwifery, with engineers. Okay, I know that in some countries they don't have the so-called state board examinations, but in the Philippines we have that, and it's actually one of the very strong indicators of the quality of education that the schools are offering. Okay, we are measured by the number of passers that we have in our various programs, and more specifically, when our board passers are ranked, for example, they become top notchers, they ranked 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 in the board examinations. That's an extra points for us. And we are very proud to have produced graduates that are not only board placers and top notchers. Allow me to share some of them. This over the years, I was able to gather, I think at least from the past 4 years. So for instance, this was in, I think it was in 2017, where the national passing rate is 43.98% in our midwifery licensure examination, but in our school, 92% of our examiners passed the board. Okay, and we have 4 students who were ranked 7th and 8th and 10th placers, that all over the country in the Philippines, more than 100 universities and colleges. Okay, in addition to the private schools. Okay. Also, we have in mechanical engineering, this was in 2017, we have a 3rd placer in addition to the passers. Okay. Also in 2017, we have a 1st placer. Okay. The student who got the highest rating in the examination in electrical engineering is from CSPC. And we have a 91 point, he got 91.80%. And compared to the national passing rate of 68%, our school got 83.33%. In our campus in neighbor town, we are offering teacher education, and we have a 75% passing rate there. So in 2017, all of these are the top notchers that we have produced from top 1 in electrical engineering, top 2 in electronics technician licensure exam. We have in mechanical engineering top 3. Also in licensure examination for teachers, we have a top 3 student, and top 7, 8, 10 from the midwifery exam. Also, civil engineering exam, we have a top 10, and also for the materials engineer accreditation examination, our student was a 1st placer all over the country. Likewise, in 2018, we were able to produce a 3rd placer national level with a 58.95%. If I remember it right, Engineer John Ray Pacturanan was able to deliver a lecture in ITS, I think a month ago. In 2018, we were able to produce a 9th placer with a 76.36 passing rate. Also a 6th placer in the 2018 midwife licensure examination. And very recently, these are our passers in mechanical engineering. Because of the pandemic, only a few of our graduates took the exam, so they are the passers. And also this one is for the mechanical engineering. So over the years, we were able to show that the quality education that we are offering are not only quality excellent, but also at par with the other big universities in the Philippines. So by the way, these are the the new nurses that we have produced recently in July 2021. We have a 90% passing rate compared to the national passing rate of 64.65. So we were able to produce not only graduates, but also board passers, and our board examination passing rate is always higher than the national passing rate. And I want to introduce you further to my school. I'm going to stop sharing right now, and I'm going to be requesting our friends from IPS to, if you could please kindly play the video I sent earlier. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, maybe there is a connection problem.
Okay.
Please wait, Professor, please wait. Thank you.
Okay. By the way, allow me to just share it, okay? In case I have connectivity.
Sorry, yeah, I have some bad connection, so let me repeat it again. So sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Professor.
Oh, there. Oh, there.
Okay, let me play.
Yes, from the very beginning, please. Thank you.
Yes, Professor.
We welcome you with great joy to our humble institution, the Camarines Sur Polytechnic Colleges. Our vision, Polytechnic education at its best for the Bicolanos. This is our unwavering institutional commitment to provide world-class education that transcends the aspiration of the youth and communities in the Bicol region. Since its creation in 1983 through Batas Pambansa Bilang 512, CSPC continues to fulfill its mission to transform lives to be free of poverty by creating a better future through world-class polytechnic education and technological innovation. This is manifested through providing world-class polytechnic education that shapes professionals with character and expertise toward sustainable livelihood and better lives, promoting a strong research culture, technologies for a vibrant local economy, engaging communities in a meaningful partnership for sustainable urban and rural development, and working together with global stakeholders to pursue its regional leadership in polytechnic education and research.
With two existing campuses, CSPC Main and Buhi Campus,
CSPC also caters to more than 10,000 students
with the following graduate and undergraduate program offerings.
In addition to that, we have 6 colleges that offers SUC accredited programs. For the College of Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, and Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering. For the College of Computer Studies, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Library Information Science, and Bachelor of Science in Information System. For the College of Health Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and Bachelor of Science in Midwifery. For the College of Business Management, Bachelor of Science in Office Administration, Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management, Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management, and Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship. For the College of Arts and Sciences, we have Bachelor of Arts in English Language Studies, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Bachelor of Science in Development Communication, Bachelor in Public Administration, and Bachelor in Human Services. For the College of Technological and Development Education, Bachelor in Physical Education, Bachelor in Culture and Arts Education, Bachelor in Special Needs Education, and Bachelor in Technological Vocational Teacher Education, major in Fish Processing, Food Service Management, and Electronics Technology. We also have our Buhi campus, which offers Bachelor of Science in Information Technology and Bachelor of Science in Office Administration.
Dr. Charlito Picadag leads the college in its journey to academic excellence and transformation.
It is no wonder that with the spirit of dynamism of CSPC's power team, CSPC receives numerous awards and recognitions.
Over the years, CSPC's exemplary performance has been affirmed and recognized by regional, national, and international award-giving bodies and institutions as testaments to its enduring commitment to quality education and culture of excellence. CSPC maintains its certification given by the International Organization for Standardization, earning the distinction of being the first ISO-certified institution in the Rinconada and second in the Bicol region. It is a proud recipient of the 2021 Best Practices in Flexible Learning Award and 2021 Best Practices in Gender and Development Award given by the Commission on Higher Education. It is recognized by the Department of Justice as the 2021 Best Community Partner and by the Civil Service Commission as Level 2 Prime HRM accredited. CSPC has been honored as the Kabalikat Academy New Partner Award by the Philippine Council for Industry, Energy, and Emerging Technology Research and Development, Center for Excellence by the Associated Career Professionals, International in recognition of its quality of training, career development services, and community building internationally, and Top Partner School by Sutherland. Currently, CSPC is ranked 126 out of 288 higher education institutions in the Philippines based on top-cited papers on Simago and Web Contents Impact based on Arithmetic. These accolades add up to the increasing list of awards CSPC garnered in the recent years, which include 3rd place Eco-Friendly School in 2019, 2nd place in 2015, Red Orchid Hall of Fame awardee, Best Smoke-Free Government Agency, Top Performing School of Midwifery, Saringaya awardee, First Accredited TESDA Competency Assessment Center in Rinconada, and a consistent performance-based bonus qualifier since 2012. As CSPC pivots to become a full-fledged university, it sets its standard of excellence even higher as it endeavors to vie for the most coveted Philippine Quality Award, a national award program that recognizes achievements of public and private sector organizations in their journey towards performance excellence. CSPC has now begun its journey toward this new path of performance excellence with the ultimate aim of instilling more pride and honor to its more than 10,000 students.
As we embrace the new normal of teaching and learning process, we provide flexible learning experiences through synchronous and asynchronous classes. Online classes are conducted using the CSPC Learning Online Space or CSPC Leons, Google Classroom, and other learning platforms. Reading materials, journals, and ebooks are also made easy for you to access through our online library. Just visit our EBSCO academic collection. With the signing into law, the RA 11283, converting CSPC into Polytechnic State University of Bicol, Dr. Charlito Picadog, and the CSPC workforce, with burning passion of excellence and transformation, shall bring CSPC to its apex of being conferred with a full-fledged university status by evaluation. We take pride and honor that at CSPC, we provide nothing but the best for your overall development and help your dreams turn into reality. With your resilience, perseverance, and with the grace of God, nothing is impossible.
Okay, and there you have it. That's my institution, the Camarines Polytechnic Colleges. Thank you very much for this opportunity of having the chance to share with you what we have achieved and what we still want to achieve in our institution. Maraming salamat.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation, Prof. Wilmore. It was very clear and informative. And for participants, if you have any questions, you can ask them in the panel discussion session later. Moving right along, we will have the presentation by Miss Alanda Chang and Miss Jun Yang. Okay, the time is yours.
Bintang, sorry, the Zazen first. Bintang, thank you. Jacqueline, Miss Jacqueline, and
Okay.
from Zazen first.
Okay,
Please
okay, I'm
repeat it.
sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry for the next presentation. We will have Miss Jacqueline Skokolska from University of Sesi. Okay, Miss Jacqueline, the time is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here and to present our university. So I will just share my presentation. Yeah, so I don't have any video, just a presentation, but I hope that everything will be clear from there. So I'm, as was said before, from the University of Szczecin in Poland. I represent the International Relations Department. We are located, well, basically in the center of Europe, just on the border with Germany. It's very close to Berlin, for example. It's a perfect starting point to visit the rest of the
Jacqueline, I'm
Europe.
sorry, could you please full show the screen of the PowerPoint? Thank you. Still not full screen yet in my
No,
screen.
it's the full screen. It's just the print screen from the website that's not full screen.
Oh, okay.
The rest is full screen. It's just the print screen that was put into the presentation. That's why it's not full.
No, I mean.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so there's where we're at. As to the university itself, I hope the presentation is visible and clear. We have 7 faculties. We are a comprehensive university, so we have everything from the management, economics, to biotechnology, to sport education, and to different philologies, so the studies of the languages. We have a few English taught programs at the university, such as economics and IT applications, public management, international economics. global communication at the Faculty of Humanities, social sciences, hydrobiology. So those are our programs fully in English for now. We are always developing new courses, so it changes year to year for the better. And as to the exchange students at our university, they can use not only the courses from the full English programs at our university, but each of the faculties prepares each year an offer in a foreign language for exchange students. Those courses are taught mostly in English, but not only. For example, at the Faculty of Humanities, we have a lot of linguistic studies, such as Spanish studies, Italian, German, Russian, English, obviously, French, and so on and so on. So, and there are different languages. But also at different faculties, we have some German courses, for example, or in some other languages. Mostly it's English, though. We also have a doctoral school. It was established in
Exactly, I'm really sorry again. In our slide, still slide number one, still not moving. Your slide still not moving.
Okay, because at my screen, I'm moving the slides. So
yeah, maybe could you please repeat the share screen and then click the full screen? I'm really sorry. Stop share first.
Yeah, so just a second.
Maybe you need to stop share, and then when you play the PowerPoint from very the beginning, when you click share. Okay.
Do you see now?
Yes.
Faculty?
Perfect. Thank you. So sorry. This one. Okay.
Okay. So,
thank you, Jacqueline. Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry for the problem. So those are the faculties. So as I said, we have also a doctoral school. It's a new thing. It was established in 2019. It lasts 4 years. You get a PhD degree at the end. What's very important is that you get a full scholarship for every year. Each semester, you get a scholarship from the university that helps you with your studies, with sustaining yourself during your studies, so that you don't have to get a full-time job at the same time. You can do the PhD in the following disciplines: economics and finance, management and quality, law, and biological sciences. Of course, those studies are in English. You get a supervisor that will help you with that, and you do the full studies in English. Here is the QR code that directs you to the doctoral school's website, where you can get more information about what they are doing and how does it look like. We have multiple research centers at the university. They are used also both by the university and by companies as well, on the basis of different agreements, just to use them to the max, as to say. Students also use those centers. They are very, very useful. So it's like for molecular biology and biotech, human structural and functional research center, that's focusing on human motion. It's at the Faculty of Health and Sport Education. We have also a center, a laboratory at the Faculty of Physical, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences that studies different kind of matters, and it has an accelerator. So those are the labs that you can use while studying at the university. As to international cooperation, we have around 400 partners all over the world, Europe and outside, like for example, the ITS with whom we have a strong cooperation already. As to the programs, I mean exchange programs here. So we obviously have the Erasmus Plus. We send and receive students from Europe and outside Europe. We have agreements with multiple universities in Asia, also in Canada. So and it's always growing. We search for new partners, new possibilities. We have a program called PROM. It's directed at doctoral students and staff. It's for short-term exchanges, for conferences, research purposes, etc. And we have also, it's a kind of new thing, 2+2 program. It's a double degree with Ningbo University in China, where Ningbo students, after finishing 2 years of their studies, come to for 2 years at our university, after which they get a diploma from our university, and then they return to Ningbo to get a diploma from them. As to the student life, our partner organization, ESN Szczecin, they at one point they made a mini guide for international students which covers the student's life, where to go, where to eat, what to do, how to move around the city. So it's very helpful. It needs a bit of an update, but most of the information are still valid. So if you're interested, please go to the QR code. It will direct you directly to the guide. We offer at the university a dormitory for incoming exchange students. We have 4 dormitories in total, and we provide places for every incoming student that requests a room. Okay, we always ask if you want a room. If yes, then you will get one. The price is 400 zlotys per month. It's around less than $100 a month. So it's cheaper than to rent an apartment or a room in the city. However, also students are welcome to look for a private accommodation on their own. As to the public transportation, it's comprehensive, easy and cheap for students, as students get a 50% discount on all public transportation in Poland, including trains between cities. Well, I would say it's most convenient to use public transportation instead of a car due to traffic, and because of the fact that with the public transportation, at least here in Szczecin, you can go from one end of the city to another in like 40 minutes or so. So it's very easy to communicate. As to living expenses, they're relatively low, especially in comparison with more Western European countries. I would say that as a student living in a dormitory, you would need around 240 up to $360 per month to sustain. So, as I said, it's not that much, I think. So we have a lot of student organizations at the university. We have the ESN Szczecin and the Erasmus Club. They are interconnected. They are working with us, with the International Relations Department, in accommodating international incoming students. They also organize social events They help to get around the city and the university. They connect international students to our Polish students. They help with formalities, etc., etc. They are very helpful. There's the student council or student government, depending on the denomination. This is a student body that is connected to the university structures, let's say, but they also organize different events for students and with students. And at each faculty, there are specialized groups in different topics. So when students come, they can ask around, and they will most likely find a group that is dealing with a subject that most interests them, so that you can broaden your knowledge, know more people that are interested in the same things, etc. And we have a lot of sports sections each year. So you can just pick a group and join them, like men's football, women's football, volleyball, hockey, etc., etc. Also, the city itself organizes many events. Like I guess the most known in the last year is tall ship races. It's an event where the different ships and cruises travel all around the world, and their cruises in Szczecin. Okay, well, it's basically in different ports, but 2 or 3 times already the event ended in Szczecin. It's a huge celebration in the city. A lot of foreigners also come from Germany, also further countries. Well, obviously the city offers some fairs like Christmas fair, or in recent years there's more beer festivals as well. One of my favorite things, for example, in the city is the evening cinema screenings, which happen at the Castle of Szczecin. It's a very well, pro-citizen action where you can get to see a movie in the castle of Szczecin for free. And of course, also one of the most important things is that we are in the center of Europe, so it's very close and cheap to travel to other countries to see more cultures, just to know more people. Yeah, so basically that's it from my side. On the left, you have the main university website. And on the right, there is the website of my office, the International Relations Department. I want to mention that maybe I can share our website now. Wahyu, is that okay?
Sure. That's great.
Okay, so here is my office's website. Here, the most important tab is incoming exchange. Here are different programs, but also practical information like accommodation, health, etc., etc. So I guess it's pretty comprehensive, but if you have any questions, you can go just do the contact tab. And here you have our office's crew, and you can just look for a person that best suits your needs and just write them an email or call, maybe you want. If you don't know who to direct your email, please use this one, international, and we will forward it to the relevant person. And here is the university's website. It's quite, it's a bit under construction yet, but you can find most information already there. And here is the admissions office. So if you are interested in full-time studies at the University of Szczecin, you should visit this office, because we here in the international relations, we deal mostly with exchanges. So short and long term, but exchanges, not full-time studies. Yeah, so I guess that's it for me. So thank you again for having me, and I will wait for your questions to the specific rooms at the end. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Before I go to the master ceremony, just would like to inform you that currently we have students here who are doing Erasmus Plus. Yeah, Miss Aulia in the University of Zeyn. She's from Statistics, and we still have the deadline for the spring 2024 on Monday. Yeah, the deadline on Monday 4 p.m. You need to, sorry, 10, I think you need to check, I forgot, yeah, 10 or 1 p.m. You need to send your application to myself, to the email studyabroad@its.ac.id. And also for the one who doctoral degree, currently we also have Ibu Putih Ananda, lecturer from business management, who got the scholarship that exactly mentioned before, yeah, the doctoral scholarship for years. So again, this is very good opportunity. So back to you, MC Bintang, please.
Okay, thank you very much for the insightful presentation, Ms. Jacqueline. Now, I want to remind the participants again, if you have any question, you can ask them in the panel discussion session later. The last presentation today will be brought by Ms. Alanda Chang and Ms. Jun Yang from Providence University. The time is yours.
Thank you, MC. My name is Alanda, and my colleague June. She will be helping you guys to get to know about Providence University in the panel discussion and also the breakout room. So I will share my screen right now. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, Alanda, you need to full screen. Okay, perfect.
Yep. Okay, thank you. So my name is Alanda. Nice to meet you all online. And my colleague June, she's in office and I actually outside, but we are glad to be here together. Okay, so we are the staff from our Office of International Affairs from Providence University. So we will start with a video so that you can get to know about Taiwan. It's about 5 minutes video.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to land on a remarkable island. The scenery is spectacular, miles of mountains that run right along the seacoast, and coral reefs that will just take your breath away.
You forgot your tank!
The people practice great hospitality. To foreigners, they will always be kind. Anyway, we'd like to thank you for taking China Airlines, and we hope you enjoy your trip here.
In the National Palace Museum, you can see Chinese antiques, such as this painting called Along the River During the Qingming Festival, and this piece of jadeite called the jadeite cabbage. In your hotel room, you can watch CT. Yes, Chinese television system. Flick through your passport with a new stamp on it. Alas, you're in the Republic of China. Wait, China? No! I booked a flight to Taiwan! Calm down, my friend. If you're fooled by this facade of a name, you will not pass your Asian history class. So what is this place's true identity? Taiwan? China? What's your deal? Let's draw the curtains. Guys, that's such a bad pun. Taiwan, an island in the West Pacific Ocean. Culturally speaking, it has been influenced by many different people. Being an island, the only way to come here used to be by sea. And that's indeed how many people came here. The Dutch, the Spanish, the Portuguese, several European countries either passed by or colonized Taiwan before. Who did they colonize? Well, of course, Taiwan has its own indigenous peoples. Taiwanese Aborigines are the Austronesian peoples, sharing the same roots with Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Polynesia. So European, Austronesian, Taiwan's culture is a mixture of these two? Well, not quite. Apart from the Aboriginal and colonial peeps, the Han Chinese who lived along the southeastern seacoast of China, that's the Hokkien and Cantonese people, also brought along their own cultures. So the language Taiwanese is actually a variant of southeastern Ming Chinese dialects. Of course, in 1949, when the KMT government came to Taiwan, they also brought along Han Chinese people from other provinces. There was also a time when Taiwan was ruled by Japan, and that's when Japanese culture flew in, along with the westernized education system. This era lasted for half a century. To this day, some of our grandpops and grannies can still speak Japanese. In recent years, immigrants from Southeast Asia have reached a total of 700,000 people. That's 1 out of every 33 people in Taiwan. Needless to say, their culture has also become an indivisible part of Taiwan. As you can probably tell now, Taiwanese culture is actually a big fusion of multiple diverse cultures. It's not hard to imagine, people in Taiwan are pretty used to respecting and accepting other cultures. Buddhism? Here are your temples. Islam? Assalamu alaikum. Christianity? Hallelujah! Be it folk belief or ancestral worship, any kind of religion and faith is welcome in Taiwan. What about sex and gender? You got it! Taiwan has just made same-sex marriage legal, becoming one of the few countries with same-sex marriage in Asia. This high degree of freedom has also extended into other rights. Freedom of the press, freedom of speech, and of course, the right to vote. In 1996, Taiwan held its first presidential election and became the first democratic country in Han Chinese. Although Taiwan's democracy has only a short history of 20 to 30 years, we now all take it for granted. We can talk about politics all day long and protest on the streets to fight for our own rights. Okay, so history, religion, politics. What else is special about Taiwan? Taiwan is also rich in arts, from street dance to the Cloud Gate Dance Theater, which combines modern dance with Oriental Soma aesthetics. From traditional stone, wood, and pottery sculptures in the temples to the modern bronze and steel sculptures of Zhuming. From temple performances to please the gods to Peely's glove puppetry on TV. From sophisticated and delicate tea ceremonies to the easily accessible handmade tea. Taiwan's high level of liberty has also enabled it to combine different elements, be it traditional, modern, foreign, or local, into brand new forms of art. Chinese thickened meat soup with Western fried chicken tastes like modern art. So what is Taiwan really like? Taiwan is a small island but has all kinds of breathtaking natural sceneries. We have 268 mountains higher than 3 kilometers. Taiwan is a free country, home to 23 million free spirits. But I guess more importantly, Taiwan is a friendly and kind place. This is kind of hard to present, but let's hear some numbers. According to the WHO, Taiwan was the top 1 blood donor in 2015, donating 30% more than the runner-up. Speaking of donations, Taiwan donated more money to Japan after the Great Tohoku earthquake in 2011 than any other country or region in the world. How about that for being kind? Alrighty, after all that talk, you must have a basic understanding of Taiwan, don't you? No, you don't! You have to actually be here to understand! Understand? There's so much more to discover if you come. So why don't you mark your calendars and grab that ticket and come see Taiwan for yourself.
Okay, thank you for watching the video. So I will think this video in a 5 minutes video is quite interesting and very quick for you to get to know about Taiwan. And they have a YouTube channel called Taiwan Bar. If you are interested in more things about Taiwan, you can visit them. Okay, so let's talk about Providence itself. So where we are in the central of whole Taiwan. You may know that the capital city of Taiwan is Taipei, right? And the top, the building, capital building, is called Taipei 101, and it used to be the tallest building around the world. But now the Dubai building, they defeated us. Okay, anyway, so we are located in Taichung, and we are an island, but we are around the sea, so we have mountains and the seas. So if you want to visit beaches, you can go south, and if you want to experience the city life, you can go to Taipei. And if you want to just stay in the middle, you can stay in Taichung and stay with us. So what we got in Taichung, so we have a Taichung International Airport, and that is 15 minutes away from our campus. And in Taichung, we also have so many public transportation, such as the high-speed railway, and also the bus and the railway, and it's quite close to our campus. And I want to mention that in Taichung, especially for bus, it will be free within 10 kilometers if you scan our student ID card when you hop on the bus and hop off. Yeah. Okay. So our university is established in 1949, and our founder is Mother Gracia, and the Providence Sisters. They established the female school in Taichung. And Providence University is the Catholic institution which was accredited by the Ministry of Education in 1956. And I want to talk about our internationalization. So right now we have more than 12,000 students, and among that we have 10% from international partners among the 12,000 students. So our achievements around these days, so we have awarded #1 the scholarship for students to come to our university for study, and also we have study abroad program to send students out to many countries and the international university. And we are in top 7 of the internationalization among all the university in Taiwan. Also, we are in top 4 of the student mobility and exchange among the university in Taiwan as well. And we are in top 10 for the international student mobility among the university in Taiwan as well. And we have very unique program. Except the double degree program, we also promote the triple degree programs. So this program, students can take 3 degrees from the 3 universities. One is from Taiwan, the second is from Mexico, and third is from Austria in 2 years. Yeah. So any students, no matter our local student or international student, they can all apply for the triple degree program if they are interested. And this program is for the MBA program, so it will be only acceptable for the postgraduate students. Okay. Next. And also about our international accreditations with different institutions. In the US, we work with ISEP. The full name is called International Student Exchange Program. So we actually receive exchange students from ISEP, and we will send through ISEP institutions. In ISEP, they have more than 300 international partners, and the big focus is that the tuition and accommodation will be waived if they pay the fees at the home university. Okay, and Europe, we also joined the Erasmus Plus program, so we cooperate with our partners in Europe closely for the teacher and also students mobility, as well as the staff mobility. Yeah. And for the management, school of management, we are undergoing the evaluation by the AACSB, and the recognition is expected to be approved in 2023. And as I just mentioned before, we are the Catholic University, so we are also one of the members of many international Catholic institutions such as ASIACU, ACUCA, and IFCU. So let's talk about the academic in our campus. So we have overall 6 colleges, and I want to mention that in our international college, they have 3 departments under it, and all the courses offered from the college are taught in fully English. And this college focus on the business and administrative program. So if any student wants to take the business course at PU, we will be enrolled you in under the international college. And also we have the College of Foreign Language Literature and College of Humanities and Social Science, College of Science, College of Management, and the Computing and Informatics. Okay. About our international collaboration, so we offered exchange program for sure, and we further to develop the double and triple degree programs with our European and partners in the United States and Japan, etc. And we offer the on-campus internship for the international students. We have the teaching mobility program for our staff and also the faculties from overseas universities. And we also organize the short-term program for 1 week or 3 weeks program for the international students. And when our students on campus are international on campus, we will develop the service learning program for them to visit our elementary school and also the high school to do some service learning. Also, the most important one that in Taiwan, we speak Mandarin. So for sure, the foreigners, they come to Taiwan, they would like to learn Chinese language. So we have a Chinese language education center to provide the language course. Okay, let's just briefly look at the double degree and also the triple degree programs in this slide. So we have many programs, especially mainly in business. We have some partners in the US, so we have a 3+1, 3+1 and 1, and also 2+2 programs. And we have some programs in Germany, UK, France, Japan, Vietnam for food and nutrition, especially, and Indonesia, one in food science and business, and the others are in business field. Okay, and our triple degree program I just mentioned, the student can get 3 degrees, master degrees from the free university. One is at Providence, another is the Upper Austria in Austria, and the last one would be the CETYES at Mexico. In 2 years can get 3 degrees. Okay. So I will show you some pictures of our campus environment. So on the left-hand side, you may see a chapel. There's quite a new chapel, and we just established that in 2019, December, I can still remember. And that day is a rainy and windy day, and we have the opening ceremony with all the staffs and the president and the other guests. And on the right-hand side, you can see is our looking library. And our library, we have 10 floors, and there are so many Western and Eastern collection in it. And every month they will have an exhibition, and which especially have a special topic for the exhibition. And our library was awarded of one of the most visited library in Taiwan. So if you have any chance to come to our university for any programs, you definitely we will definitely suggest you to visit the looking library. Okay, and here are some buildings, the classroom, and also we have so many trees, so we have a green campus as well. So what we got for the facility side, we have 3 campus canteens. So students can take various meals and different kind of dishes in our canteens. And except canteens, we have 2 on-campus cafes. Okay, and we have sport hall, the indoor swimming pool as well. So the swimming pool is an Olympic standard, as I know, and we have stadium and the gym, of course. So we have Japanese department, and they have a special room for the tea ceremony. And if they need to learn about manners of Japanese, they will do it at the room. And we have mass communication and for the nutrition. And so we have the laboratory, especially for the students and also the faculty when they're doing the teaching. Okay, so we know that there are so many Indonesian students, they are Muslim. So we have a Muslim prayer room on campus as well. So students can access into the room anytime they need. And yeah, so just quite convenient to reach the prayer room on campus. So about our international learning for the international students. So I just mentioned that we have Chinese Language Center offer the Mandarin course, and also they will open some cultural learning and experiencing workshops. So we have also got foreign language center. If students want to learn like English except Mandarin, they can also take some course from the center. And we have on campus advisors. Tutorial advisor will give suggestion or proper solution or support if they confront any difficulties. Usually will be me or June. We will be helping out students on any affairs they have. Okay. And also we have a group of students. They will help us to assist our international students on their daily and campus inquiries as well. And the full name is called International Friendship Buddy.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
So what we offer from Providence University. So because June and I, we are in charge of the exchange program, actually. So we will here just talk about the exchange program itself. So we have international campus, including professional staffs. They can speak English for sure, and the course are in English under the international college. And we offer the exciting trips and festival parties, cultural activities, and we offer the on-campus dormitory and the facilities that I just mentioned, the gym, swimming pool, etc. And we provide airport pickup service and orientation and course selection and farewell party at the end of the semester. And for the course arrangement, we offer the Chinese language course and English short academic courses. So students can take up to 21 credits per semester, and the minimum will be just 3 credits, which is just 1 course. Yeah. And we would, the IF members I just mentioned is the student group can help us to answer all the questions for our international students. And for the Chinese language education, we have total 9 levels of the Chinese class. So the class is quite small. We don't have many people in one room, says 5 to 10 people, the maximum. So the Chinese teachers are also helpful to give students some guidance on learning Chinese and also their daily lives.
Alanda, could you please a bit quick? Thanks is running time.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. So sorry.
No problem. No, it's okay. It's okay. So next we'll be talking about admission and application here. So just briefly, we have fall and spring term. Okay. So the fall start from mid of September to mid of January, and spring from the mid of February to mid of June. And the nomination deadline from our partners for fall will be May 15, for spring will be November 15. And the application submission deadline for fall will be June 1st, and spring will be December 1st. And on the right hand side, you can see what you need to submit for the application. Okay. And this is the estimate cost if you come to Providence for the exchange for 1 semester. Okay, so the importantly is that the tuition is waived, and the others you can just follow the cost chart. Okay, and there are some other optional fees you can pay for if you want to join the gym or swimming pool. Okay, the IC card for the AC, This is for your reference. And here's just some words from our past exchange students. You may just take a quick look, or later, maybe while you will share the PowerPoints to all the students. Okay, so if you want to explore more about Taiwan, you can always check the videos that on our slides. So about the COVID, this is the life before the COVID. What about the life after the COVID? What we got? So right now the border is actually open for international degree seeking students only. So it's just closed for the exchange students. And therefore, we still hope that the border will be open for the next year, probably next fall. And so we will provide virtual exchange programs if the exchange students still cannot come to Taiwan. Okay. We offer Chinese language and Taiwanese cultural course. And if you can come to Taiwan, what will you need to do? Oh, so basically will be the quarantine. Because we follow the government policy, the exchange student and degree seeking student, they have to go through all the quarantine and self-help management and PRC. And finally, they can come to Providence campus. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you for your attention. Yeah, I hope my information is quite comprehensive, but if you have any question, please reach what you or me. Yeah, we will all answer the questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Alanda and Ms. June, for the presentation. It is very motivating. Well, we have already heard the presentation from our amazing 3 partner universities. So it is the time for our next agenda, which is panel discussion. You can drop your questions in the chat box using the available format, or you can use the raise hand feature. Please ask general questions in the breakout. Please ask general questions regarding to the 3 partner universities in this session. You'll be given the chance to give more detailed questions in the breakout room session later. I will lead this panel discussion, so please don't be hesitant to ask. Okay, let me remind you guys again. If you have any question, please ask from the chat box. So please ask general questions, and I will lead this panel discussion. So please don't be hesitant to ask.
Maybe I just read from the participant registration form, Professor Firmer, Ms. Jacqueline, Ms. Alanda, and Ms. June. Once again, thank you so much. And also, I'm really sorry for the background noise because now we are moving in our new building. So maybe for the first question, I would like to come check from the registration that the mostly of the students asking the 2 questions. First is Philippines, Poland, and also Taiwan is not not dominated by the Muslim countries. So do you have some place to pray for the student? How about halal food in your canteen or restaurant inside the campus? The second one, if the next question still about quarantine, you still open quarantine, is it possible the student also or in university, do you think it's possible to provide a place for the independent quarantine before they go out from the country? Because some parents is actually they're worried if their children stay in outside the campus, including the quarantine. So please kindly give us your. So the first question, maybe after this, there is some question from my students. Okay, maybe Bintang can share who would like to answer first. Thank you.
Okay, please, for the host universities, you can answer the question. Thank you.
Yeah, Professor Filmar maybe first.
Okay. Actually, at the moment, we have virtual exchange students, and since we are considering the possibility of having on-site exchange students, so at the moment we are working on having a prayer room for our Muslim students, and also we are identifying people who may provide the food provision in case our Muslim students would come, so that a specific menu or meal for them will be prepared. We will make that possible, definitely.
Okay, so but how about my first question, Professor? Do you think do you provide like kind of halal food or place for pray for the student Muslim, Professor, in your university?
Yes, for the prayer room, an area where students can come anytime and pray. We have already identified a specific area in the campus where they can go there. And also, as far as food is concerned, we are partnering with several people, considering partnering with several people who may specifically prepare meals or foods intended for our Muslim students.
Thank you so much, Professor. Jacqueline, what do you think about the design university?
So as to the first question, I'm afraid we don't have such a place. I believe because we don't have much of a Muslim population, or we have some Muslim students at the university, exchange students as well. However, we don't have any prayer rooms or anything like that. So, well, there's that. As to the food, well, we don't have any canteen on our campus because we don't actually have a campus as such. Our faculties are each in different buildings and they are spread all over the city. So at some faculties there are and some small restaurants or something like this, but there is no canteen as such. So yeah, that would depend on where you go, what you can, buy. So unfortunately, we are not that
it's okay.
prepared, let's say.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jacqueline. The second question, Jacqueline, about the quarantine in the campus, do you think it's possible?
Oh, right. The quarantine. Well, actually, when students come for study to Poland, they are not required to go through the quarantine process. And if a person had contact with COVID person or is suspected of having or has the COVID, and stays in the dormitory, they are transferred to a separate room, and we try to accommodate them within our possibilities.
Okay, thank you so much, Jacqueline. Yeah, I guess for the first question, the students later can ask from our FS Square on Instagram from Aulia, who currently doing in design. Yeah, you can start on tomorrow Sunday in the Instagram. Okay, how about in the Providence, Ms. Alanda?
Yes, can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. So the first one, as Alenda just mentioned, that we have a prayer room in our campus. So for the students from Indonesia, if they need it, it's free for student can use it. And for the halal food, in our campus canteens, we have vegan food but with the halal food, I think it's possible to find it outside the campus. Yeah. So normally we have student with the Muslim students. Normally, if they take the food in our canteens, they will prefer to take a vegan food. So that is possible. But if they go outside for like to find some shops in Taiwan, that is also possible to find a halal food. And the second question about the quarantine, yes, right now as follow the Taiwan's regulation, our international travelers need to take a quarantine and at least 2 weeks. They need to stay in the quarantine hotel, which is require some specific requirement. So when students they got admission to come to Taiwan, and the host university like we will arrange the students quarantine hotel accordingly. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for the question and answer, Miss June, also Ms. Randa, Professor Fillmore, and Ms. Jacqueline. I hope that the question from my students also become one of the consideration when we would like to choose whether in next year, yeah, or is also like Professor Fillmore mentioned, whether the Philippines already opened the border or you still touching at least the students, also the parents and the department also know about that. Yeah, maybe because it's at the time, yeah. And also there is some question from a student, but some of them also already specific to the design university. MC, maybe you may start the lead for the breakout room session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to all the speakers who already answered the question, and thank you so much to all of you who already asked in the chat box. We will keep the question and you can ask in the breakout room. Because of the time limit, now we have to move to our next agenda. Now, to further find out about the university that you are interested in, we are about to divide you into 3 breakout rooms. The first room is Cameron Sur Polytechnic College, Philippines. The second room is Providence University, Taiwan. And the third room is University of Sesi, Poland. You can change your display name into university name abbreviation _name_ student ID as sent by the committee in the chat box.
Okay, everyone, so please kindly change your display name, and maybe committee, you may assign Professor Fillmore, Ms. Jacqueline, and also Ms. June and Alanda to the room first, so they can wait the breakout room while we waiting for the students to change the display name. Okay, students, ITS student, please kindly change your name into the assignment. You can check the example in the chat box, CSPC, PU, or also US. CSPC stand for the Calmer for Professor Fillmore, yeah, Cameron Sur Polytechnic College, or PU or Providence University, and also US for the University Design. So we can assign you. If you don't assign in about 3 minutes, we will assign you randomly.
But basically similar, they are offering, whether it's a college or a university, they are offering university level courses. Unlike in other countries, for example, I think in Canada, if it is a college, they only offer preparatory degrees for baccalaureate, but not in the Philippines. I'm not sure if it's similar in Indonesia. I think it is also.
Yeah, I think it's kind of similar, but not the same. Okay, so Mr. Fillmore, because there is already some people join us in this breakout room, let me start as a moderator.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ilham, and I'm a volunteer in ETED Global Engagement. Today, I will be your moderator for today's breakout room session. First of all, I would like to give a big thank you and welcome to representatives from Cameron Sur Polytechnic College, Philippines, that have joined us in this breakout room. Now, let me explain how this session will work. In the session, the participant may ask their question directly to representatives from Cameron Sur Polytechnic College, Philippines, using the raise hand feature and ask your question when allowed. The participant can also ask their question through chat box with format name _student ID _question, but it will be appreciated if you ask directly using the raise hand feature. You might ask in Bahasa Indonesia, and I will try to translate it for you. But asking in English will be very much appreciated. Before we start, participants may turn on their camera and use the virtual background that has been provided by the committee. Okay, for the participant, you may ask your question if you have any question. Okay, maybe in the start, the participants still preparing the question. We have some question that has been asked by a participant in the guest forum. So for the first question, do you have any scholarship in your university, and what are the steps to get that scholarship in your university?
Okay, so as far as scholarship is concerned, our university currently are designing our scholarship schemes because so for your information, in the Philippines right now, if you are enrolled in a government run or in a state university or college, basically you don't pay your tuition fee. And because of that, we have to redesign our programs because when students are paying their tuition fees, we have a different criteria and guidelines. And now that they are enjoying it for free, basically we are also changing the guidelines. So at the moment, we have guidelines being submitted to our governing bodies, to our higher officials, and before the year ends, it will be approved. And I think I'll be providing you with the details of the scholarship. But definitely, we are designing scholarship packages. But in case you would be joining our school as exchange students, basically the tuition fees are totally waived. So you don't need to pay your tuition fees. You get to enjoy the same privilege that our Filipino students enjoy by not paying tuition as exchange students.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Fillmore. So for the participant who have question for Mr. Fillmore, please raise your hand or give it in the chat box. If there is still no question from the participant here, maybe I will ask another question that has been asked by participants. Okay. Maybe what did the university CSPC expect from the selected student in Philippines? Like, do the selected student must good at public speaking, organization, socialize, or else?
Yes, actually, we would appreciate if foreign students who are attending our schools would be joining the different clubs, different organizations, because in the university, every college has its own organization. Every program has its own organization. So there is this one Supreme Student Council that governs all organizations in the university level. So that's the biggest student organization. Then we have college-based organizations. For example, the College of Arts and Sciences would have its own set of officers. And for example, students enrolled in English language studies would have their own set of students. You also have, for example, those students who are interested in music, we have an organization for that. Those who are into athletics, we have an organization for that. Those who are into human rights, for example, okay, advocacies, we have an organization for that. As much as possible, especially when everything goes back to normal. We want our students to be involved in an organization that they would prefer, so that they will be allowed to mingle, to socialize with their classmates here. By the way, for now, we are still on a blended learning teaching mode, because the government has only approved limited class-to-class or face-to-face classes on some courses, specifically those related with health and sciences like nursing, midwifery, dentistry. Okay, so right now they are all in the virtual mode, and For those with practical applications like laboratories for nursing and midwifery, they are now being allowed to attend their classes face-to-face. But for the regular load, like the typical subjects or courses, still virtual. So as much as we want them to be involved in these organizations, but for now, some of them are not that active, but hopefully when we're back on the regular face-to-face setup, they will be back again joining these organizations.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Purmore, for the response. Maybe from the participant who want to ask Mr. Purmore. Okay, there's Daniel. For Mr. Daniel, you can ask your question.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ilham. I would like to ask to Mr. Fillmore, thank you for the opportunity. I would like to ask about, is there any internship, lab internship opportunity in CSPC, especially in, I am a mechanical engineering student. I would like to ask, is there any lab internship opportunity in CSPC? And my second question is there an, I'm curious about the living cost in CSPC. If we live in near CSPC, is it as expensive as if we have a study in the big city in Philippines, like in Manila, or is it more less expensive? Is it less expensive?
Basically, it's less expensive compared to the expenses that it would entail if you study in Manila. I think that's one of the advantages of studying in universities outside of Manila, because there's a lesser cost of living. Okay, and as far as the internship is concerned, inside the campus at the moment we don't have the internship. Most of our students would normally have their internship in various, for example, offices, construction companies in the region, and most of them would go to Manila actually to have their internship there. For internship inside the campus, it's limited only to those who are enrolled in office administration. They get to be assigned to the different offices. But for let's say engineering related or technology related internships, we have contacts, we have affiliates in the region, in Manila. Okay, and for example, if some of our students would actually go out of the country for the internship, so students would also choose where they want to have their internship. And by the way, as far as the cost of living is concerned, okay, because if, for example, if you are studying in CSPC in this area and you will be renting a room, normally you could rent a bed. You can be a bed spacer. We call it bed spacer. I'm not sure if the same term also is similar with with Indonesia or in other parts of the country. So it might usually cost $20 to $30, okay, for a monthly rent for a bed spacer. If you are like renting the entire room, it would be around $80 to $90. So what our students do is they would like 3 or 4 of them. They would agree to to rent one room so that they can share the total rental. And as far as the cost of water or electricity, it's around $8 to $10 a month. That's water, electricity.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Fillmore. I would like to ask to follow up your explanation about the internship. What I mean in internship is the laboratory internship. So like we become the assistant of a professor. Maybe is there any opportunity in that case?
Actually, we could arrange that, because one of the things that we are looking into, because at the moment we have several laboratories. Every program has its own laboratory, and sometimes they would really require some students to assist. So it's a very good possibility. I'm glad you raised that up, because we will look into that. So perhaps we can consider having having some of students from ITS as laboratory interns. They would personally work with our professors who are in charge of the laboratories. I will take note of that. Thank you for giving me that idea.
Thank you very much, Professor. Looking forward for the program. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Daniel, for the question and Mr. Fillmore for the answers. So I see that someone is raising their hand again. To Miss Alia, you may ask your question.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Good afternoon, Mr. Fillmore. Okay, I would like to ask. Is there any minimum required TOEFL and IELTS that CSPC accept? And maybe for the TOEFL, what types of the TOEFLs that are accepted? Thank you very much.
Okay, now, as far as that language program is concerned, our school is not very strict actually. So we have exchange students right now from Indonesia also. We did not require them to submit those requirements as long as they are confident that they can express themselves in English and they can understand English, because all our subjects actually, we use English language. Sometimes the faculty, the professor might use the vernacular or the Filipino language. But if, for instance, if there is a foreign student, then basically all our professors will be able to use English language. So it's not really a requirement for you to learn the Filipino language. But if you want to learn, we would love to provide you free lessons so that you'll be able to understand your classmates. So as long as you can understand English language and express yourself in English language, then that would be a good qualification for you to join our classes.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Alia, for the question and Mr. Fumo for the answer. Now there's a question in the chat box. Maybe you already answered some of the aspect of the question in chat box, but I still gonna read it anyway. So from Miss Angie, hello, Professor. Thank you for the wonderful sharing before. I want to ask, should we learn Philippines language if we take any course at your university? And is there a buddy for international students while we studying there?
Okay, I think I've already answered the first part. So again, it's not a requirement for you to learn Philippine language, because in the Philippines, the national language is Filipino. We have a different language in our area, okay? And if you travel an hour from here, you would hear a different language. So basically there's multiple languages here, but you're not required to learn them. As long as you're good in English, you're good to go. And body for international students, yes, definitely we have identified already students who may become buddies when face-to-face classes resume.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gilmore, for the answers. Okay, maybe any other participant who want to ask a question, you can raise your hand or ask it in the chat box. Okay, while we wait for another question, maybe I'll ask some other question that have been asked in the register form. What is the most important thing that every student should have if they want to study abroad? And what does the TCPC expect from the foreign student to do at their college?
I would advise someone who will be studying abroad to be self-sufficient, because you will be on your own, especially if let's say it's just you or a couple of your classmates. Although you might be going with some classmates of yours, but still you need to be self-sufficient. Although the university, my office will be giving you all the support that you need. As long as you tell us what help you need, we will be giving it to you. But still, at the end of the day, you should be very self-sufficient because you have to make sure that you are emotionally prepared, you are physically prepared, and at the same time, you have to brace yourself with the possibility of encountering new culture. Because although like we are just neighbors in ASEAN, in Southeast Asia, but there would still be, differences in the cultural aspects, dresses, foods, rituals. Okay, so you should be open-minded. You should be multiculturally literate. Be accepting with the different cultures and open your mind to these new experiences. Whether you are doing it face to face or even if you are attending a virtual class, okay, similar requirements are actually needed. So yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fillmore. Once again, I will ask a participant who want to ask their question. You guys may raise your hand or ask it in the chat box. While we wait, there's another question. How if a student want to take personal experiences like internship, training, etc., in a company while attending the class there?
That can also be arranged because, as what I've said earlier, we have affiliates, corporations, companies, okay, in the region and outside the region. So we'll be able to connect you with them so that you can maximize your stay in the country. So that's very possible.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fillmore. And that, due to the time limit, we are set to inform everyone that the session this afternoon has to be ended. I would like to thank Mr. Fillmore as the representative from Philippines Polytechnic College that has taken the time to come to the session. Before we end the session, I would like to invite Mr. Fillmore to give a closing statement for everyone who has joined us this afternoon.
I would like to appreciate everyone for joining us today. I know that you all of you are very busy, but thank you for giving your time. And I really express my appreciation to your intention to improve yourself, not only by educating yourself, but having new perspectives and having new paradigms while you are improving yourself through the different learnings that you have encountered and that you will still encounter. So in case you might decide to join us in CSPC, whether virtually or physically, we'll be very happy to give you all the support that we can. Just let us know how we can help you, then we'll make things happen. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fillmore, for the wonderful closing statement. And I hope we will meet again very soon. With that closing statement, I want to apologize if I have a mistake while moderating the session. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day. All participants may return to the main room for the next session. Thank you.
Okay, stay safe, everyone. See you at the main session.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much,
Mr.
sir.
Fillmore.
Congratulations, Ilham, for moderating well our event.
Thank you, Mr. Fillmore.
You can. That's okay if you can answer my question.
Okay, excuse me. So maybe we can wait for like 1 minute until all of the participants assigned to the breakout room, okay? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Thank you very much.
因为我比他更好的选择，真的。就是因为我没有比他更好的选择。单身人就是每天就要干屌我，所以我只好找一个人。对。
Okay, so perhaps can we start right now?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So, hello everyone. Good afternoon. First, let me introduce myself. So, my name is Samuel Nehemia Agung, and you can call me Samuel for short. And I'm a volunteer at ITF Global Engagement and will be your moderator in this session. Thank you so much for Ms. Alanda Chang and Ms. Jun Young. We are really grateful to you for waiting to share with ITS students about Providence University in Taiwan through this event. Let me remind you again that Ms. Alanda Chang and Ms. Jun Young are from Office of International and Cross-Strait Affairs of Providence University in Taiwan. In the previous session, you all already got insights about Providence University and all of the opportunities to join programs with Providence University. So for the next perhaps 15 until 20 minutes, you can ask more detailed questions to Ms. Alanda Chang or Ms. Jun Yang related to Providence University Taiwan or program that you can join that already provided by Providence University Taiwan. Please do not hesitate to convey anything you think is still unclear or perhaps you need more explanation related to the previous presentation. You can just use the raise hand feature and or if it seems you cannot raise your hand, you can write your question on the chat box and we will read your question. If you guys plan to register for one of the programs in Providence University, Taiwan, I think this could be your great opportunity to do a consultation about any related things because we can say that not all of the ITS students get this kind of advantage, which is in the same Zoom room with the representative of partner university. Okay, maybe from the participants might have questions, can raise your hand right now. Anyone want to ask some questions related to Providence University in Taiwan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I saw there's question on the chat room.
Oh, okay. There's one person that raised their hand. Okay, Arman Surbakti, you can deliver your question directly.
Okay, so is my voice clear?
Yes.
Audio comment. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Arman. I have a question for Providence University. There's actually two questions. One, I saw that you guys obviously have a Mandarin course, right? So is the Mandarin the same as in Mandarin from mainland China? Because I know that Taiwanese Mandarin and Chinese Mandarin have differences. And my second question is, I saw your course list, but are there any courses like related to electrical engineering or something like that? That's it from me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for your question. I'm June. So first, I would like to answer your questions. So first one for the Mandarin course. Yes, in Taiwan, we use the traditional Chinese. And in mainland China, they use the simplified Chinese. So the character is different, but the pronunciation, it's the same one. And at Providence University, we also offer these two different systems for our international students. So for example, if you already learned a little Chinese before in simplified system, so you can follow the same one to continue learning the Mandarin in the simplified system. We also have the learning material in a simplified Chinese, so it will be no problem, yeah, for you to continue learning the Chinese. And for the second one, for the academic course, we don't have engineering department, but we do have informative science. So the information science department, they might offering some the general academic course may fit your needs. And later on, we will share today's PowerPoint we will access your staff to share today's our presentation, and together we can also share the academic course we offered taught in English for your reference. Yes.
Okay, is that clear, Arman, or do you have any questions more?
Yeah, it's all clear for me. Thank you for answering my question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Arman. Okay, anyone would like to ask again? Okay, so I see Aigar Malika. Yeah, you may deliver your question directly.
Okay, excuse me, can my voice be heard?
Yeah,
yes,
it's clear.
Okay, so firstly, my name is Aigar Malika Jibril from the Department of Interior Design. So first, I'd like to make sure from what I heard from the presentation, is the exchange program for the Providence University closed or not? And then second, so I'm from the Department of Interior Design, so I'd like to ask if there are any programs from the Providence University that is related to designs or arts or maybe architecture. And lastly, if we want to participate in the exchange program, are there any specific measures that we need to be or not? Maybe that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And for the question, for the first one, the exchange program at this moment, from last year, because of the pandemic, the Taiwan government is like to only open the entry permission for the degree seeking student. So actually for the short term like exchange program, now they cannot come to Taiwan actually, but there are two options. The first one is the student can like to postpone the your mobility. Yeah, if we are expecting that next year, next fall semester, if the situation getting better and better, maybe the border will reopen again, so that students still may come to Taiwan in person. That is what we are expected to seeing you in person. And the second choice that we also offering the online exchange program, but the difference that the course we can provide, it will be limited. It will be limited to learning Mandarin and the cultural courses. So the option will be limited to you. Yeah. So if we are quite do really hope that the border can reopen. So if you can come here and you will get much more academic course choice. And the second one for the academic course, you can find in the chat room that Alenda, my colleague, she put a link where you can find the English taught courses we offered. And I'm sorry that we don't have like the design department or the architecture department, but if you are interested about like a foreign language or the business related field or the culture topic, I believe you can find some interesting courses if you are interested about that. So yeah, I think that's helpful for you. Is it, or is it clear to your question?
Yes, it's very clear, but I'd like to make sure one thing. So if we want to participate with the exchange course and like learn for the cultures and other things, We don't need to be in any specific major?
No. Yeah, everyone is welcome to here. And normally, I think each of student can find like the culture courses or language courses or Mandarin courses, which are open to all of you. So it doesn't require any specific background. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Anyone would like ask another questions that related to maybe exchange program or short program or any requirement to Providence University? Please do not hesitate or scared to ask anything that related. It will be really helpful if you know all of the requirements right now, so you can prepare from now. Okay, so maybe if there's no one asks or raise their hand, I would like to ask one thing.
Yes.
So is there a scholarship for a master's degree? And if so, what are the requirements? So we already got some questions from the Google form, and one of the questions is asked about the master's degree.
The master degree program.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the master degree, we do provide a scholarship for the international students. So normally, if their English proficiency reach to the specific level, and then they can get the first year of the tuition wave as the scholarship. And then for the second year, and it will depend on the student's academic performance to see if they can get a full scholarship or like a half scholarship for continuing their master degree program. Yeah. And now at the Providence University, we offer the two majors in totally English master degree. The one is for the business, we call it MBA program. Yeah, and the other one is in the information science, for the computer science. Is also offered 14 English taught in master degree program. So for these two, and the third one, we also got a third one is in the food nutrition department. Yeah, they also offer the master degree program taught in English. So in these three majors, it's quite popular for our international students. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. It's really clear and
Yeah,
really helpful. And perhaps I want to ask to another participants, maybe anyone want to ask or deliver the questions? Oh, okay, so I see Anissa Amalia raise their hand first. So Anissa, you can deliver your questions directly.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Anissa and I'm from Industrial Engineering Department. Here, I'd like to ask about, is there any volunteers to help students, especially international students, if they get opportunity to join study abroad at Providence University? Thank you.
The volunteer, right?
Yeah.
May I just to clarify your question? Let me check. You mean like to participate volunteer activity during your exchange program? It is right.
Yeah, if you confused, you can speak bahasa and we will translate for you. Yeah, because I saw so many participants here and so many questions. So maybe if you confused, you can speak bahasa and the committee or myself will help you to translate. Yeah. So they're asking you clarification question. Anissa, please.
Oke. Jadi pertanyaan saya itu apakah di sana juga ada bantuan untuk international student jika dia sampai di Filipina dan untuk mengikuti program seperti study abroad dan sebagainya.
Maksudnya sampai ke Taiwan ya? Apakah ada bantuan ya?
Iya, betul.
Okay, Anissa. So Ms. June and Alenda, so she asking about is there any support that they provide by your international office, by your office for the international student who coming for study abroad? Maybe you may explain the support in our terms, as the international office.
Yeah.
Like for example, a pick-up service or what, or maybe you can share to our student about the what we call the offer, the offer from our office, support offer from your office.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I see. Thank you. Yeah. From our side, for the staff, Alenda and I, we have like a team that we take care about exchange students. So for the first time, when you get in touch by us, and you will get the support for like if you have any question about how is the campus life, can I just register to book like a dormitory, and then how to apply, how is the application process, and then you can get the fully supported from us. And also we have a student body system. So when you come to Taiwan, when you arrive or before you arrive, you will be invited like to a Facebook group, and then there you will meet our student body online. And then when you really come here, you will meet your bodies in person, and our student bodies, they will make like a breaking activities and any field trip or cultural activities with you. And like exchange student, if you have any question about the life or about like academia, you can our body students, they are very willing to help our international students.
Yeah, let me wrap up in bahasa Miss Jun, just in case. So teman-teman, seperti yang dilakukan Miss Jun tadi, bahwa offer yang diberikan atau bantuan yang diberikan untuk international student mostly berupa sifatnya support ya, bukan dana ya. Jadi kalau funding itu tidak ada buat not for provide for the exchange, but kayak support like pick up service, body, kemudian field trip ya. Termasuk nanti kalau ada kesulitan kalian bisa sama ya seperti kalian sebagai international student, itu akan support fully support by their office ya, the team. Jadi supportnya lebih ke sifat seperti itu, jadi bukan lebih ke dana. Kalau ke dana unfortunately tidak ada ya. Kalau untuk funding teman-teman bisa apply, you can apply funding, support funding to ITS ya, through the ITS Global Engagement website, the flat for the support. But for the department, maybe you may ask your directly department, yeah, because the department also if as I understood, they also have the small funding, but not fully funding, but at least can help you if you go abroad. Thank you. Back to you, moderator.
Okay,
Sam.
thank you very much. Okay, maybe there is another person that I want to ask. Irwan, you may deliver your questions directly.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. First of all, am I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Actually, I have two questions. The first one is there any minimum credits must be taken as a requirement for this exchange program? And the second one is, since I didn't see any course related to my major, which is environmental engineering, do you have any international program other than exchange program? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ron. First, for the credit, we don't have the strict requirement for exchange students. So normally from based on our experience, the exchange student, they will take around 3 to 5 courses per semester. which will around 12 credit to 15 credit. And you can include academic courses and Mandarin courses. But we have the maximum credit is 21 credit is the maximum where a student can take per semester. And the second one for the courses related to the environmental engineering. And I'm sorry that because we don't have the related department, so we don't have the exact courses for the environmental engineering. But maybe you can find the general courses in the computer science. I'm not sure, but later you can check the course list from Alenda. She just posted in the chat room that the English taught course we offered for the exchange student to see if you can find anything you are interested. Thank you.
I will help you to add the question to answer the question. So the minimum credit is only required by ITS Global Engagement for all the students exchange program. You need to take minimum 10 credits. Yeah, so that's the requirement from our ITS. Yeah, okay. Especially because you took physically. Because when you go to exchange, you only pay about 10% from your tuition fee in ITS because your status is fully took exchange in the host university. And then about the environmental engineering, I checked that actually, yes, they don't have environmental engineering, but they have some courses related to chemistry. It's also advanced for the environmental, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it depends of your request. But just for your information, Alanda and June, because we are now we have program namely Campus Merdeka. So actually, the student allow them to check about up to several courses who didn't have from same field. For example, the environmental, they still can do take courses in business or IoT or design. So it's still possible for them. And then for the also question, is there any other programs or exchange? They also have, yeah, every January, namely is the provided university immersion program, scientific exploration. It is very good for the environmental engineering. Unfortunately, for the 2022 we have exclusive for the step for it recipient because we only have 15 slot provided by Stefan and Alanda.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Muhammad Kahari Pranata, and I'm a volunteer of ITS Global Engagement and will be your moderator in this session. First of all, I would like to thank Ms. Jacqueline Skokovska for her time and willingness to share this program with ITS students. Let me remind you that Ms. Jacqueline Skokovska is the International Relations Department of University of Szczecin. In the previous session, you have gained some insights on University of Szczecin and the opportunity to join one of their programs. So for the next 20 minutes, you can ask more detailed questions to Ms. Jacqueline Skokovska about University of Szczecin and its programs. Before we start, I would like to remind all participants to turn on your camera and mute your microphone. Should you have any questions, please drop your questions on the chat box using the format name _ student ID _ question, or use the raise hand feature. You may ask in Bahasa Indonesia, but English is much preferred. I would like to encourage all participants to ask as much questions as you like within the time limit about the university, as this is a great opportunity for you to gather information about anything regarding the university and their programs. So if you have any questions, you may ask now. Okay.
So hello, everyone. Thank you for the introduction. Again, thanks for having me. I would like to just answer the question that someone wrote in the general conversation about the cultural classes, about the culture of the country. So we at the University of Szczecin each year we have a Polish language course for the international exchange students, and you can sign up for it. It's also worth 5 ECTS, I guess. The classes are in the afternoons, and you can start right from the basics of the language, or maybe if you know something already, there are higher levels as well. And there are also cultural components to the course, so you get to know about the Polish culture as well. So there's that.
All right. Thank you for the answer. Maybe I could ask another question. So, about housing issues. If we say if we don't want to stay in the university's dormitory, are there like, is it? Do you have any recommendations or tips and tricks for choosing the right housing in Szczecin?
Well, actually, we don't provide help as such with finding. At our website, I believe we have some, let me just quickly, maybe I will share my screen, okay, to show you how to move around our website at the same time.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, so here is our website. So incoming exchange practical. This Zoom things are spoiling. Yeah, accommodation. Okay, so here's the, yeah, we have some website mentioned. Well, they are in Polish. That's the main difficulty. But nowadays, there are the website translators, Google or whatever, that translates the websites for you. They are getting better and better. So I guess that's not a problem. You just look for an apartment. You write to the person, right? And what I would advise for when looking for an apartment is that the person wants to sign a lease agreement with you, right? Because, well, I guess that's the same in every country. There are some more respecting citizens and less. So I would advise to sign a lease. Not to be, you know, disrespected in an apartment, let's say. You can also ask the ESN mentor for help, because the student organization and I mentioned, each year they also assign buddies to international exchange students. So they ask our students, hey, do you want a help of a Polish friend while you're here? And if someone says yes, then they assign a specific student to that person, and he's your buddy during the exchange. You can ask him for help, directions, etc. And they can help you also to find an apartment, to get in touch with the apartment owner, etc., etc. So it's possible, yeah.
Okay, thank you for the answer. So for the others who are in this room, do you guys have any questions? Yeah, because think about it this way, that this is a good chance for you guys to get to know more about the University of Szczecin, as Ms. Jacqueline here is part of the International Relations Department of the university. So it's a great opportunity for you guys to gather information.
And if you worry if you cannot speak English, you can speak Bahasa, and the committee will help you to translate to English. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry about that as well. I will gladly translate for you.
Yeah, okay. Maybe while waiting this question from my student, I checked from the registration form the question exactly, because for the Erasmus Plus, the agreement is for, if I'm not mistaken, Faculty of Economic and Biology with ITS, right? So the question is regarding the question choice that in your website, yeah. Is there any, like, for the courses, they can freely just take the courses, or is there any pre-requirement? For example, if you would like to take course A, you need to pass course B. Is there any specific requirement, or normally for the Erasmus they can take any courses that they think is suitable with them? Jacqueline, thank you.
Well, actually, I will show you again our website. There is no such thing as you have to pass one course in order to attend the other. At our website, we have study programs, and they are divided into faculties. And basically, a student who is coming, for example, to the Faculty of Economics, they can choose courses from all the institutes. We have 3 institutes at the Faculty of Economics, Institute of Economics and Finance, Spatial Management, and Management. And students can choose, for example, 2 courses from this institute, 3 from this, 5 from this. You can choose freely, no matter the cycle of studies as well, because we are aware that, for example, if a course is at our 3rd year, for example, of the bachelor studies, at your university, it can be on master studies, or it can be at 1st year of bachelor, whatever. So students, incoming exchange students, can choose courses from the whole faculty, no matter the institute, no matter the year of studies, no matter the cycle. So yeah.
That's great, Radisat. It's also recording, and we will share to the department. So that's great information. I'm really sorry because previously we didn't think about this. So again, so the student can freely from one institute. So, and then don't forget, student, for the Erasmus Plus agreement with ITS, the student only can choose to Faculty of Economic Finance Management, and another one for Institute of Biological. So there's already explanation from the Jacqueline. Thank you. Kahari, could you check the student would like to ask? Oh, okay. Sorry, Kahari, you lead for the next one in chat box.
Oh, yes, certainly. So we have a question from participant. So, hello, ma'am. I would like to ask a question. Do we need to be fluent to some degree in Polish to be accepted as an exchange? Thank you. I'm sorry I can't turn on my camera. I'm currently on the road. So thank you for the question, Asilah Nera Putri. So basically, she asked, do we need to be fluent in Polish to be accepted in the university?
As an exchange student, no, you don't have to know Polish at all. You just have to know the language of your exchange. So it will most likely be English. You have to be an English user at minimum B1 level of the central whatever this framework of language knowledge. I forgot
the CFR, the CFR.
Don't worry, don't worry about this. We already put in our website about the minimum of the equal.
yeah. So you don't have to know Polish when you're an exchange student.
Okay, but maybe I can advise to guess, yeah, because I've been there so in Poland before. Even I cannot speak Poland right now. You need at least to know survival for this one, because in supermarket, outside of the campus, example, if you go the outside, maybe still some of them still speak Polish. At least you know some because some daily needs, yeah. To the restaurant, normally, because I'm Muslim, so I eat kebab, so you don't need to worry about the English in the restaurant, because so many Turkey and also halal food. So yeah, I forgot to mention about again, in Poland is mostly, if you need halal food, just go to eat kebab. It's definitely halal. But for the daily needs, for like supermarket, I guess you need to still at least know a bit, yeah, because you stay longer over there. Yeah, you stay longer. It's very recommend. You don't need to fluent, but at least know even too difficult. Yeah, I stayed there 1 week, so I learned several survival tips. Yeah, but it's also it's helpful, to learn in the Poland.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said before, we have a Polish course
Great.
for the incoming exchange students each year, so they can learn English. And just to begin with, again, at our website, we have the tab dictionary, well, like the basic forms. And you can also see it from our website, like the most important things, just the basics,
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so very useful information. Okay, Kak Hari, silakan lanjut lagi.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Jacqueline, for the answer. I hope that Ashila's question has been answered. So, yeah. Any more questions, guys? Or maybe I could ask another question. So for exchange students or Erasmus Plus students, are we allowed to take part-time jobs in order to get, some extra money during our time there? Is it okay for us?
Well, I believe it is. I've actually checked that this week, well, it also depends on the kind of visa you have. Coming from a non-European country, if you have to get a visa, it's best to ask the embassy if with that visa you're allowed to work. But in most cases, yes, it's possible, because according to the Polish law, students are allowed to take part-time jobs during studies. So in most cases, it's not a problem. But if you have to get a visa, it's best to ask the embassy if it's okay for you to take a part-time job, just to be 100% sure.
Okay. Thank you for the insightful information. I asked because some of us maybe want to travel around Poland, or or Central Europe or Eastern Europe, basically.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I think, unfortunately, the time for this session has ended. Thank you for your enthusiasm, and also I would like, I would like to thank you very much. I would like to thank you, Ms. Jacqueline, for the time to enlighten us with the answers. So
thank you again for having me, for giving me this opportunity. And if you or your students have any more questions, please don't hesitate to write me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible.
All right. Thank you for the contact information. So, dear participants, this is all from me as the moderator in the session. I would like to apologize for any mistake that I made during the session, and we hope that all of your curiosity has been answered. Please return to the main room to continue to the next agenda.
Okay, is everyone already here? Wait a second. Philippine group already here, huh? Not yet. Oh, okay, ready.
We're here.
Okay. Thank you. Bintang, maybe you may proceed for the next closing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So everyone, now that we are all back here, I want to greatly appreciate our representatives from each partner university today. They have shared a lot of opportunities, which motivates us to do more and more for internationalization and achieve the global standards. Before continuing for the next agenda, I will invite all participants to please fill in the feedback form for today's LSA, and the link will be shared by our committee in the chat box. Okay, moving on. For our speaker today, we have already prepared a very special gift for our partners as a form of appreciation in this event. Maybe the committee can help me to share. Okay, first, thank you to Kamarin Sur Polytechnic College for your contribution for today's event. Next. Thank you to Providence University for your contribution for today's event. And the last, thank you for University of Sesi for your contribution for today's event. We hope this gift can express our gratitude towards you. Once again, thank you very much. Now, I will continue to the next agenda, which is awarding for the 3 most active participants. Congratulations to Arman Surbakti, Aihar Malikal Jibril, Ashila Nera Putri Indra. Please contact the committee to claim the gift, or else the committee will reach out to you. So our very last agenda is we will have a photo session. For that, I want all of you who haven't turned your video on, please turn it on and show us your best smiles.
Okay, turn on the camera, everyone. Okay, committee, you may start to take the picture.
Okay, I will count to 3 for each page. Please keep your best smile for a moment because I don't know which slide you're at. Okay, for the first slide, 1, 2, 3. Okay, for the second slide, 1, 2, 3. For the last slide, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Now we have finished all of our agenda today. I also want to thank all participants for your presence and enthusiasm. Also, don't forget to fill the feedback form so we can improve future events. We will greatly appreciate it if you give us honest feedbacks. The link is shared by our committee in the chat box. I will remind you again that filling the attendance and feedback form are requirements to get stamped for it. And each link will be closed 30 minutes after being shared. Thank you very much for today. It was a very informative event that gave insights and encouragement to all of us. And I hope to see all of you in our next event. I'm apologizing for any mistake that we have made during this session. We hope after this, you will be much more motivated to participate in internationalization events. And I'm Bintang as your Master of Ceremony, signing off. Thank you all. See you in the next month LSA. If you are interested to know more information from another ITS University partner, don't forget to register yourself and can't wait to see you guys in our other event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Professor Fillmore, Jacqueline.